Habari za wakati huu, kwa majina naitwa Laban Magogwa na nitakuwa na wewe na nimekuwa na wewe nikifundisha topic 1, topic 2 katika kwa wanafunzi wote wanaosoma Human Resource Management na kozi zinazoelekeana na hizo. Kwa hivyo endelea kufuatilia YouTube channel yangu, utaona baadhi ya masomo nimekwisha kufundisha topic 1, topic 2 na hii ni topic 3 ambao nakwenda kukufundisha siku ya leo. So today, I'm going to teach you about human resource relation, employee relation, mahusiano mahala pa kazi. So when we say employee relation, we have different things that we have to consider employee relation. As per employee relation, there is a lot of things that we're supposed to know as a student. We are going to know about employee engagement, motivation and performance management, grievances handling, and the conflict resolution. So when we say this, we mean different things like, as I can start with this one. Employee engagement. When we say by definition employee engagement, this is refer to the emotional commitment and the connection that employees have with their organization. A kind of commitment that an employees have to the organization, this is what we call employee engagement. But suppose a company regularly conducts employee survey to gather feedback and act on feedback received to improve working conditions as well as employee morale and the motivation. So employee engagement refer to the extent to which employees are committed, enthusiastic, and motivated to contribute their best effort to their organization goals. So kile kitendo cha mfanyakazi kuwa committed, kujiungamanisha na organization ile anayokuwa anafanya, hicho hasa ndicho kinachoitwa nini? Employee engagement. Lakini mwanafunzi wangu, kuna kitu kingine kinaitwa employee factor for employee engagement. Ni vitu gani hasa? What are the things that can make employee to be committed or to engage in the certain organization? There are various things that can motivate an employee to engage himself or herself in the certain organization. Number one is recognition and appreciation. Any employee, any person, this is according to the psychology of human psychology. It's all about recognition and appreciation. Every person wants to be recognized in a certain position or after doing any activity or showing up his own skills. Is needed to be recognized and appreciated. So as for this, every person is required. So after being recognized them and appreciated them, they will be motivated and engaged in the organization. That is number one. Number two, effective leadership management. Effective leadership management in my students, in our organization, we have to apply good leadership. As we apply good leadership, we will motivate our employee and the employee will be engaged in our organization. Next is workplace culture. Workplace culture can be differentiated from one organization to another. That's why some of the employee can quit from organization A and shift it to the organization B. One of the factors can be organization culture, maybe time of waiting, maybe talking habit, maybe socialization habit, or totality life of the organization can motivate an employee to engage in your organization or not to engage. So as a HR officer, we have to consider also this one. Career growth and development opportunities. Every employee is looking after development. This is all about the personal benefit. So I cannot associate it to the organization of which at the end they will not give it will not offer any career growth to my career. So if there is no any development opportunities, probably I will not engage in the organization. And certainly, I can even find another organization to go in there and work, apart from the organization which can keep me stagnant. Work-life balance. Work-life balance. This when we say work-life balance, this is a comparison or a separation of work responsibilities as well as personal life, personal life matters. Like after the working hours to being done, a person is supposed to be paid as overtime. If we be not paid, it should quit from there and wait for the next day. This is work-life balance. So the time of being at the work, once it ends, you should also leave the office. This is the work-life balance. So if these things will be very strict and very known to every employee will be more engaged into the organization and they will be motivated as well. Okay, motivation and the performance management. Motivation, by definition, motivation is all about increasing the morale of an employee to keep on working. But performance management is it involves setting goals, providing feedback, and evaluating employee performance to ensure alignment and organizational objectives. Okay, that is all about motivation and the definition and the example I have put there. But if we wanted to do good motivation, you have to apply SMART strategy. It means specific, measurable, achievable, reliable, and time bound. I will be explaining as you keep on going. Grievances and handling conflict. This is all about knowing what are the positive of the problems or conflict, and the conflict can be between employees and supervisor, employees and the manager, or employees of a certain department with another employees of another department, or as well as one organization and another organization. But to our context, we are trying to look employees and handling conflict resolution. So handling involves addressing employee complaints or concern related to their working condition, or treatment by colleagues or the supervisors. So we are not going to look after conflict of maybe personal life conflict or maybe family matters. No, that is not our responsibility. Our responsibility is just to solve the conflict between employees and employees that is related to work. Conflict resolution, when we say conflict resolution, the process of and technique used to manage and resolve conflict in the workplace, ensuring that they do not disrupt the organizational functioning. My students, if we wanted to make it an conflict resolution, there are some processes that you have to follow. And those processes, initially I have tried to mention just on three. Number one is listening impartiality, understanding multiple perspective, and fair decision. So after doing this, it will help you a lot to solve the conflict. What I wanted to say here, last in the list, is all about this example that let's consider a situation where two teams members have conflict over a work-related issue. The HR department can step in and initiate conflict resolution, facilitating a conversation between the involved parties. So number one is allowing or listening at them. Number two is allowing a conversation between the parties. Then HR perspective, actively listen to both sides, encourage open communication, identify common grounds, what are the reasons, what are the causes of the conflict, and aim to find a mutual beneficial solution. So there should be no bias. Suppose you are a problem solver of the organization, you should solve fairly. Through this process, the conflict of resolution, fostering and positive work environment and enabling the team collaborative effectively. So after saying so, my student, my name is Laban Magogo once again. So I will be with you at this session. Keep in touch, and for any question, drop down. I will be there to reply. After saying so, nothing more to say. I am assistant professor, upcoming assistant professor, Labani Magogwa, and um, I'm so good in human resource management, administration, as well as the psychology. So I know those kinds of subjects which I have specialized into. Thank you very much to be with me. Good day.